So if I'm supposed to read the book, because of the size of the book, and I don't know where the chapter ends, and when I read like this, sometimes I don't know why, but I get tired after reading a couple of paragraphs, and I'm like, oh, such a big book, I'll finish it sooner or later, and I leave it for another day. Look at this, look at all this information, so overwhelming, and I don't like studying like this. And since I'm someone who likes gadgets, either I want to read something on my phone or my tablets over here or my laptop. But I'm not talking about reading PDFs files on a laptop here, because see, if I try to read this paragraph, because of all this information, I'm going to become overwhelmed and I won't understand a thing. And in order to, because I know that I have to reach till here, or read a few pages, I'm going to quickly go through this without trying to understand it, and I'm just going to miss the whole point of studying. So I'm going to show you how I study, so that I'm able to finish uh, a chapter or two in a couple of hours. So what I try to do is I make PowerPoint slides of the chapters that I want to read. I basically copy and paste the whole chapter into a PowerPoint. Like I take particular paragraphs, like this first paragraph will go in first slide, second paragraph will go into second slide, third paragraph will go into third slide, like that. I'm sure everyone does this when they make seminars themselves. They copy and paste the whole book. But what I'm trying to say is, not only for actual seminar presentations, but I try to make PowerPoint slides for all the chapters that I have to read, and I try to study like this, because when I have a seminar 2 days later, somehow or the other, I finish making the slides in a few hours. And when we read out the seminar topic in a classroom, we do it in 45 minutes or 1 hour. So why don't we follow the same thing for normal studying purpose and make the slides? So I have copied and pasted stuff over here. Now when we do copy and paste, the problems that you're going to face is, like, you can look here, I have highlighted the text, I've copied it, but since it's in around 8 to 9 lines, when we paste it, it comes in 8 to 9 lines, and they are not in proper sentences. So I have to go to the end of each line and press delete, or go to the starting of each line and press backspace, and then give a proper spacing also. So it's like I have to continuously click backspace and space, backspace and space, backspace and space, or delete and space, delete and space. So this way I get a proper paragraph without the bullets. And now I separate the sentences. I separate the sentences after the full stops. So now I got the proper points. When we copy and paste, we don't get these proper points. So so it takes some effort to do this. And now this page is going to have approximately 8 or 9 sentences. So I have to cut and paste the second half of this slide into the next slide. So to open up a next slide, you have to press Ctrl M to copy, Ctrl C to paste, Ctrl V, and to cut, it's Ctrl X. Um, that might be very obvious for some of you, but for those who are not quite handy with the computer, that's the shortcuts that you need to know in order to get habituated to doing this type of studying. Because if you don't know the shortcuts, then studying in this way becomes too difficult. For those people who don't like making PowerPoints, if I ask them to study in this way, it's going to be very difficult. But since my mind is engaged into making these lines and separating the separating the sentences from paragraphs, and from bullet points to paragraphs, from paragraphs to sentences, and if I find a long sentence, I try to break it into points and into subpoints. And in that way, when I'm trying to do that, I'm reading the text. When I'm separating the points into different slides, I am reading the text, because I want the appropriate points to be on a particular page. So while doing this, I am forcefully studying in order to make the PowerPoint presentation. And that is how I go through one round of it. And when I'm done making the PowerPoint slide, whether it is 50 slides or 150 or 200 or 250 slides, if it's a 100 slide PowerPoint presentation, I can go through it in approximately 60 minutes, like how we do in our seminar presentation at the college. But if it is even if it is 250 slides for a long chapter, for a big long chapter, you can break it into multiple PowerPoint presentations, and you can make PowerPoint presentations that take 1 hour long. And you can what I try to do is, when I study, I try to take a video of myself and imagine myself to be presenting in front of someone. So when I'm reading and on going through these PowerPoint slides, I cannot take a break. I cannot touch the phone. I cannot, start watching YouTube or start watching a movie. So it is much more engaging and fun to study like this than reading from the books. So to make the slides a bit more proper, I will give the proper font and the font size, make it equal. So even if I'm not going to present this in front of anyone, this is very, I try to make a very good slide with the headings at the proper place. I'll add diagrams also by using the snipping tool in the Windows, like how I'm doing right now. I'm using the snipping tool and snipping this picture into and copying it. See, I've snipped the picture, then I do copy and I paste it into the PowerPoint slide. So I have the whole chapter in a PowerPoint slide form. And if since no, so the problem that I solved by doing this is, since I have only few texts in the slide at once, it's not overwhelming like how I feel when I'm reading from the PDF or the actual book. When there are 50, 60 sentences in one page, it's overwhelming. I don't know if it's only with me or it happens with you guys as well, that you find it difficult to study from books and PDF files. Leave it in the comments and we'll discuss about it. By doing this, I can save the chapters on cloud storage or in a pen drive or in my phone or in my tablet, anywhere. I can send it to my friends. I can help them study. I can revise anywhere. I can put it in my phone, my tablet, and read it anywhere. Go through a topic while I'm, just sitting in the operation theater, not doing anything, while I'm sitting in the ward, when I'm waiting for my food, anything like that. So, if you are someone who likes gadgets, who likes playing with the computer, you should try to adopt this way of studying rather than studying from a book and wasting your other time watching movies or playing with your gadgets. This is a good way of combined studying and playing with gadgets. Thank you for watching.